Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man and the Antz. We are back in Half-Life Alyx. It has been just a little while. It's been about 3 weeks or so since I recorded. Well, since I recorded a VR game at least. I did have an Empires video go up at the weekend. As I'm sure you're all aware, I had a baby recently. So that has obviously taken away a little bit of my time. It's taken me a little bit longer to get back into recording than I hoped. But to be honest, the whole lockdown situation really buggers everything, to be honest.
Combine soldier?
Yeah. When you guys were off stealing the reactor, I saw the Combine moving supplies in here. So, I guess they're interested in this place again.
Right, we'll keep an eye out. Something's definitely up.
Yes, indeed. So yes, with the lockdown, with not being able to really leave the house at all, so we're not going out shopping, can't go to any groups, can't go to any antenatal group meetings, can't, what is that? Just a hunk of metal. Can't go to any swimming groups, just can't do anything. Really just cannot do anything, which is obviously a little frustrating. Where's my dot? There it is. And also, yeah, does mean we're both really heavily involved in being at home all the time and trying to deal with everything here.
Alyx, manhack, watch out.
See it.
So yes, so to that end, I am going to get back into recording. It will probably not be as frequent as I would like to start with, or as you would like, I suppose, more specifically. So rather than the 6 videos or 5 videos a week, which is what I was sort of working on previously, it will probably be around 2 or 3 videos a week to start with, just until I get, in my shoulder, until I get back settled a little bit, until the baby gets into a bit of routine as well. She's only 3 weeks old, so...
Okay, so right now...
I'll let Alyx talk.
What it's like to live on Earth on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd say we're at a 2.
Yep, could always get worse.
What would you rate it before the Combine showed up?
Ooh, that's a toughie. I don't know, good day? I'd say 6. Yeah, strong 6.
6? That's not great.
Well, that's life, Alyx. You know, it's not always great.
Well, maybe we get the Combine off Earth and we could shoot for an 8, you know?
Ooh, an 8. Yeah, that really would be nice. Really nice.
Oh, the torch. I was trying to turn the torch on, but it's automatic, isn't it? Yes, I'm sure it said it's automatic. Oh, there's a... Oh, you can wear it. Cool. I wonder if that changes her voice. Interesting. So yeah, so there'll be a few less videos a week to start with, and I'll try and get back into it, as I say, when the baby gets into a bit of a routine. 3-year-olds don't have much of a routine. They just do whatever they want. How does this one work again? How does this work? What am I doing? What is happening here? Well, genuinely no idea. Can I just stop it and start it again? Because I had other stuff that I feel like would be very useful to have. Okay, so that one to that one, that one to that one, that one to that one. Those two together. Those two? Yes. Yay! Go me! Okay, seems nice and empty. So also to that end, I will be recording videos, which I know I do always say that I try to keep the videos to a half hour, but I'm also very bad at keeping videos to half hour. I'll be making a bit more of a concerted effort to actually do that. Because right now, obviously, my wife is downstairs. Is that something? No, it's an empty can. My wife is downstairs looking after the baby on her own, and yes, the baby is definitely awake. I can see it on the baby monitor that I used to keep an eye while I'm recording. The baby is definitely awake, and she was asleep when I came up. She's a fussy little bugger at the moment, but there we go. Oh, that looks very interesting, doesn't it? That looks really cool, actually. How is my health? Not perfect. So let's heal up that little bit. Thank you very much. Now, I don't think there was a sprint, was there, if I recall? Was that a battery? What's a shotgun shell? That makes more sense. I don't know if you can see... No, you can't see the hard hat and breathing apparatus. I can just see it in my peripheral on the VR headset, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be annoying you guys too much.
Oh, holy
moly. That is pretty cool. Nope, nope. Should have seen that coming. That's my bad. My bad. I'm an idiot. So, we have a fair amount of ammo, don't we? But not what I'd class as humongous amounts. Why are they all just being held by their feet? Do they just take that long to digest feet? So yeah, I'm not going to worry about taking them all out. If I thought they were like all going to have ammo in, that'd be great, but I'm not sure they would. There's nothing I can pick up, so I'm going to kill this one. Yeah, see, nothing from him. I'm going to take a look up here. Where do you... Oh, it's because I haven't... Oh! That did not go perfectly, did it? And if I recall, if you try and reload sooner... You do lose the ammo, don't you? Oh, I can't put my hand through that gap. But I can pull that through the gap, so that's something. So is this going to be the way to go then? As it looks like it goes a little further, doesn't it? So shall we head back and take a bit more of a look to that, in that side room that was down there? I think it'd be quite cool to see them just sort of slowly eating the Combine. Oh, there's a canister there. I could have used that. Maybe I still will use that. I'll throw it at one of them in a second. See if they do drop anything useful. Can we just... Yes. I do love, I know I mentioned this before, but I love that mechanic of pulling things towards you and grabbing them mid-air. It feels so satisfying and so nice. And I forgot how good the game looked, actually. I think I said before that it's not like it's the single greatest looking game in the world, but it does look very nice and just smooth. There you go. You have that. Enjoy, idiot. Killed 3 of them, and they dropped absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh well. Oh, there is smooth motion, smooth turning now, isn't there? Yes, I did enable it, and I completely forgot to mention it as soon as I started. You look all sorts of messed up, dude. What happened to you? Oh, he's a zombie. He's got the zombie hands. That's why his face is all gone, because he was zombie grabbed. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, tried to pull my mask off my face. So yeah, so they did add in, so obviously it did start off, and I mentioned it in the earlier videos, that it only had snap turn-in, which I'm not a huge fan of snap turn-in. I get why it's there, I understand the point to it. but it's not for me. So yes, they have added in continuous rotation, which is lovely. Look at that. And I'm sure they also patched a few other things, but I didn't look into it any further than that, to be honest. It's been very hard to try and do anything. Like, you think, oh, you've had 3 weeks to do, basically, you're looking after a baby. The baby just sleeps and eats and poops. So you'll have loads of time to do stuff. You can watch all the shows you've been meaning to watch. You can play loads of games. You really can. It's amazing how much time it does actually take to look after a baby. I know it sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but like, you have absolutely no time to yourself. Hello, black-haired crab zombie, who I'm guessing I can't shoot in the face. Which means when I killed him, I was expecting the head crab to come to life, but it didn't, so that's okay. We're okay with that. Yeah, so our baby is currently on about a 3-4 hour feeding cycle. So every 3 to 4 hours, you have to wash and sterilize everything you're going to need. You have to change the baby. You feed it expressed milk. You breastfeed. You then change the baby again because she invariably poops when she's being breastfed. That happens way too often. Then you express. Then you have to clean up everything you've used again. And it takes about at least 90 minutes to go through a feeding session. And if you're doing it every 3 to 4 hours, it means you've basically got about 90 minutes, 2 hours, if it only takes 90 minutes to feed her, and if she goes to sleep immediately afterwards, which obviously she doesn't do quite a lot of the time. Where's my... Although I have started playing The Witcher 3 finally. It has taken me several years to start, but when the wife's having a bit of a kip in the evenings, and the baby's asleep in her Moses basket or something downstairs before we manage to go upstairs and have a proper sleep. I've been trying to get in a few hours with The Witcher. Which has been very enjoyable. Been very much enjoying that. Right. What else we got around? I'm sure there are like several dozen VR news things I should be talking about, as I haven't played VR in so long, but honestly, it escapes me. I'm running on 3-4 hours sleep a day at the moment, so I'm quite addled, so you'll have to forgive me if I seem even stupider than usual, or if I do anything which seems stupider than usual. But then again, I'm sure you're used to that anyway, right? And that's how I roll, son. One thing we can mention is the overwhelmingly positive response that Half-Life Alyx has had, which is so good to see. Obviously, I enjoyed it myself previously, but only played the first hour and a half, whatever it happened to be. So it's really nice to see a VR game really just... well, first of all, it seems to have sold a lot, or obviously you do get it free with the indexes and that sort of thing anyway. But it does seem to have had a lot of positive reviews on Valve, and then the critic reviews themselves are also very, very good. So that's nice to see. Oh, sorry. Oh. Whoop. Oh. Whoop. Third time's a charm. Oh, and I also mentioned in one of the previous videos that I wasn't too sure where City 17 was actually physically located in the real world. You can see here this, is it called Cyrillic, the Russian alphabet? I can't remember. But yeah, I did actually see on Reddit pop up a map of the Half-Life universe.
When we get the Combine off of Earth, what are you gonna do?
I'm going full production mode on the Russells, of course.
Of course.
Oh, of course. You'll be sitting on a landmine.
Gold mine, yep. So here's the plan. Conservative estimate, I figure 1 year to get the world unconquered by the Combine, get them off the planet, so that's year 1, then another year to mass produce the Russells. Although, just quietly, we will need to rebuild society first, you know, to get some basic infrastructure, jobs, money, that sort of thing. Otherwise people won't be able to buy them, you know. So, yeah, 3-year plan. Let's slot the infrastructure thing in for year 2.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You're gonna want to put that in year 2.
I love the back and forth between them. I think that's wonderful. The whole sort of naivety of Alyx and the... I was going to say cynicism of Russell, but it's not really cynicism, is it? It's just the sort of real-world experience of Russell. Really balances off each other. But yeah, so I saw a map of the Half-Life 2 universe, and it showed that City 17 is in the Ukraine, pretty much. A lot of exploding barrels. Don't like that much. Well, I mean, obviously they're very useful. But, yeah. Don't like that much. One misplaced shot and everything dies. Which I'm guessing is sort of the point of all of this. There's nothing in there. So I'm tempted to try and stand back a bit and shoot them and knock them all out, because I think they'd all just take each other out, wouldn't they? Seem to be close enough together to do that. But another part of me is thinking, are they going to be useful if we have a sudden poisonous headcrab invasion? Where do all these exploding barrels come from? I think that's one of my questions. Like, what purpose do they serve? Why are there so many exploding barrels and gas canisters in one location? The design of these alien places is just sublime, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. Well, beautiful is maybe the wrong word. It's disgusting.
Oh boy. Getting dark again.
Can I fit through there? Yes. So it's going to get dark. It's going to definitely throw some... enemies at me. I'm going to guess poisonous head crabs. Because the game obviously hates me. A couple of dead zombies around. How do these ones die? Like, do the hosts just run out of resources so the zombies can no longer function? Is that how it works? Like, the head crabs suck all the life out of the host, because they obviously, maybe they don't eat or anything. Well, how can they if there's a head crab on them? So they don't eat, so they just have the life sucked out of them? Is that how it works? So we can see the ring we need there. Oh, hello. So we'll shoot this from the side to avoid... Where's my...
Oh, careful, careful!
Alright. Obviously, I'm going to try to be careful. Trying to look out for, you know, the deluge of enemies that it's about to throw at me.
So, this whole 3-year Russell plan. You think you'd have a job for me?
Job? Alyx, you invented the Alyx. Of course you can have a job.
We're partners.
Oh, well, Well, there would be stock options. 5 to 10 year vesting period, obviously. Could be very lucrative for you, Alyx, in the long term.
I don't know what any of that meant, but sounds good, partner.
Yep, sounds good. Alyx?
I'm wondering if I should have gone the other way through that door, but maybe you couldn't go through the door. It sounded like there was something around, didn't it? I don't know about you guys, but I am feeling so tense right now. I wonder if I can get him to walk into the thing. I don't know why she can't put the torch on her head as well. I'm sure I mentioned that last time, but it'd be so useful if we could just have the torch on our head rather than being stuck to our hands. I believe we have 2. How do I just use it? Oh. Because we have 2 health injections in our store as is. Like, I'm just going way past where I feel like I need to be. I'm going to have to shoot that one. Again, he's going to drop nothing of use. Oh, and then we are... Oh, so I've worked my way all the way around here. I should have gone... No, this is where you get it. No, I'm fine. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Oh, dear.
Alyx? Alyx?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do there? How do you get around that? I thought maybe if you shoot it before it gets up to the licky tongue grabber, not its real name, I might be okay, but that is not how that worked. So where has it put me? So it's after I took out that head crab. Or took out that zombie, I should say. So I need to kill that. That's how we get around that. So obviously we're going to need that. Don't know why he got stuck. But I'm not going to grab it just yet. Ah, we couldn't have gone through that door anyway. Okay. That's fine, and we're on full health, so we don't need this, but we'll get it set up. I wonder what that sound was, and of course it's this thing. We are going to get it set up in case we do need it in a moment. None of them are dropping anything very useful. It's a shame, because I would like something that's useful. Is it this way? Excuse me. Excuse me, physics. I know this... Oh, yeah, there we go. I was trying to think where the handle we needed to activate was. Well, the crank's more of a crank than a handle, isn't it, I suppose? Oh. Oh, loading screen, which I think could be a suitable place to stop. We're coming up to the 30-minute mark for the recording. Probably been about 25 minutes of actual video, but I think that's about fine. And I know that it does do, obviously, it does checkpoint saves in between these loading screens, because we just had a checkpoint save when we blew ourselves up over there. Oh, it's a shame it closed us that door, so I wouldn't have minded actually trying to shoot everything and see if anything magical happens if you do that. If there's something you can stand where you can survive. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there then. So, as I said, there are going to be reduced videos on the channel for maybe a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, while we try and wait for the baby to settle into a bit of a routine and actually give me a bit of time. Obviously, I do go back to work next week as well, so I have to do a 7.5-hour work day and look after the baby and try and maintain the channel. So it's going to be quite a lot to juggle. To that end, there'll probably be no streaming either for the next couple of weeks, so it's going to be about maybe 5-6 weeks break in the streaming altogether, including what's already gone past, just because trying to do a full day of work and then do streaming, I have no time in the middle and I need to give my wife a break to look after the baby. So there'll be no stream, I imagine, for a couple of weeks, and then probably be slightly shorter streams as we ease back into it again. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, do click the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. When I do return to streaming, I will hopefully see you there. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Half-Life Alyx, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.